Hello ladies, this is a video tutorial using the Ghostly Tours from Shabby Art Boutique. It is available on Etsy, and Nicola, who is one of Kerry Ann's design team, has suggested that we all do a YouTube drop of tutorials. Now, I've made a start on mine because some of it can be a bit repetitive, but I've still got quite a bit to do. I'll see how far I get, and I may have to split it up into 2 videos. Okay, let's try and sit down. Whoops. First thing I've done is I've got everything cut out. Some stuff is inked, some isn't, but I got in a bit of a mess this morning when I was inking, and my husband did ask what on earth I've been doing, but beside the point. Anyway, I'm going to do a frieze, I suppose you call it that, but it's going to be one of these that it folds up. So I've done the header page, the main page so far, with one of the posters on, and I've done the second. Now, I haven't done any decorating at the moment. I'm just literally putting this together. So this is why I'm talking about possibly doing it in 2 videos. It depends how long it takes me to put them all together. Okay, like that. Right. Now, first of all, I've used black pearl card, and I have cut out 7 pieces measuring 7 3/8 by 5 1/4. Okay, then I've punched the edges with the large circle. Then, oops, so I've got them all in some form of order here. Then I've cut out or printed, first of all, onto a soft satin, I think it is, photo paper, and I've inked all around the edges. And again, I've cut these out. I've got 6 of the images and 8 of the backing, and all will become clear. That's classed as a backing. This obviously is an image. Okay, and those measure 6 3/4 inches by 4 3/4 inches, and again I've rounded the corners. So if I take, let's fold this back on itself. If I take the next design, first thing I'm going to do is just, whoops, I hope you can see, just stick the design down. And centre it as well as you can. Flip it over, and this is what I call a backing image, because it's not, now these, by the way, are the journal papers, or papers, not journal papers, and what I've done is I've shrunk them down on the apple and printed 2 per page. Okay, now I'll put this facing here, and the first thing I'm going to do, I'm using my Fabri-Tac for this because I find it's brilliant. And I've cut out loads of bits of this black lace, and I've done that to 6 3/4 inches. So it's basically, and I'll just put that down. might need trimming up, which, yes, it does. Just the scissors to play up. I should be able to get that back straight. That's better. Then I do the same on this side. Oh, come on, Fabric-Tac. I think I'm going to use my new one I've had delivered. So that's decided. I love Fabric-Tac, but once it gets towards the end, it certainly gets a lot thicker and it's much, much harder. Now, let's see. More business is resumed. Make sure you've got it as even as possible. Okay. Carefully turn it over because I have moved it. I really want this to dry for a little bit. So I'll just do the next flap. Wrong. For the ordinary gluing, I tend to use, I'll show you in a minute, I tend to use Nouveau glue. I find it excellent. Just have to check the writing's the right way up. Okay, let's see if we can get this bit done now. This bit is really slipped. Let's move that over there to dry, and I will do so what I'm doing is I'm doubling the lace both back. I'm putting a piece on the back and the piece on the front. Okay, that will make it stronger, I hope. I'll just carry on doing these. So I decided I think this might be slightly better to do this as I go along rather than and then come back when it's dry and flip it over. pink ghost with our umbrella. I also use the Nevo gun with a very, very fine nozzle. I find that's absolutely brilliant when you're trying to do very, very small pieces. I mean, you don't have to do black lace. I mean, you could do pink. You all having a good day today? We have had 2 days of lovely, beautiful blue sky. And yesterday, when I took my husband to the dentist, there were no clouds in the sky. It's lovely. Not too sure what happened, but I mustn't knock it. Because we've had such horrendous rain and thunder and lightning, and we actually got out this morning and mowed both the front and the back lawn, which had grown, as have all the plants, because of the sun and the rain. Not many more. Oops, I must knock my glass over then. My fingers have still got that distress ink on them. Looks awful. Final page. Don't know too much what I'm doing for the rest of the week. Monday, I've got to go and collect my new glasses. So I had a contretemps falling off the windowsill when we locked ourselves out one day, and I had to get up a ladder. My husband's no good with heights, and heights normally don't worry me, but I'm not doing it again. And because that was the only, we locked ourselves out, and my sewing room was the only window that was open. And I went up the ladder fine, got through the door, the window rather, and I don't know how it happened, but I probably fell off the windowsill. Oh, it did hurt. My head collided with the metal waste paper basket that was actually crushed beyond recognition. My glasses, well, to be honest, I didn't think I'd be able to get them back straight again, but I managed, and I've put up with it for this length of time. But when I went to see Heather, our optician, she took one look at them and said, "What have you done with your glasses?" So unfortunately I had to tell her what I'd done. She wasn't particularly happy, which I suppose is understandable. Let's turn this up the right way. And I also had a lovely black eye. And Lee, my husband, wouldn't let me out the house until it went down because he thought people would think he'd battered me. That's okay. Sorry if I keep on putting my head in the way. I don't mean to do that. Hoping you can still see. I know sometimes I might stick my head in the way. I do apologise if that happens. Right, that's the last piece. So now I can actually put another bit this side. It's the only problem with Fabri-Tac, if you don't put the lid on, so if I start back at the beginning again, I should be able to do this time. This is the only problem. If you don't allow it to dry, don't do what I do, please. Okay, back again. Just wanted it to dry off a bit before I started to tackle the back. I know this is a very boring part, I do apologise. The end bits, by the way, I've only put half a bit on, back and front. Lace stuck to me now. some more lace cut. Do I? Oh, no, I don't. No, I don't. It's all right, panic over. Right, so I'll just leave it for a few minutes and I'll be back. Hello, thank you for bearing with me. It's all comparatively dry now. I've just got to be a little bit careful. And now really comes the fun bit. The first thing I'm going to do is put on the pockets at the back, and I'm actually overlapping the pockets because I want to do two, if you know what I mean. There's my bone folder, bone folder, bone folder. Again, I printed these out onto photo paper just because I think it just looks lovely. I think it seems to just come up better. It is obviously dearer to use photo paper, and I can understand, you know, some people can't do that. I don't do it for a lot of things, but sometimes it just lends itself better. I'll put the pockets on first. Now, I'm putting it on the last page because I don't want it to really interfere with anything else. Now, I haven't bothered to stick this down, but I will on the top one because the bottom one, it just makes it a little bit easier, longer, if you like. Gives me a little bit more space. That's where I tend to use the gun more because it's able to do really narrow. It's supposed to go back in its stand, which I can't find for the moment. It's hidden. Okay. Okay. So that's that. Okay. It gets a bit unwieldy at this point. Ooh, something goes flying off. Never mind. Right, now I've cut out all of the bits and pieces I wanted to use. Okay, now it's up to you how you decorate it. I'm tending, where it's got something, what's this, something like this, I'm tending to get, in this instance, the bust, which is a bit bigger. I'm going to put some foam tape on. Or foam pads, should I say. But the first thing I'm going to put on is the bus stop sign. I'm going to use smaller little pads on that. I think, like a lot of people, I have a love-hate relationship with sticky pads. I find they can be an absolute nightmare. They quite frequently have a law of their own, which quite often doesn't tie up what I'm trying to do. Okay, actually this time it's amazingly okay, and I'm just putting that almost over the top of the other one. Okay, then the bus. These bigger ones are better actually. Okay, and lastly, the little bus conductor. I think I might cut so I'm just trying to cut these in half. Put on the legs. Okay, let's try and get these off now. And stand here, right at the front here. Okay, I think I'll move that out the room because I'm not too sure you're that in shot at the moment. Okay, now we go on to the next bit. Now, this one, I think I'm going to put this at the front. But first of all, just going to put a bit of cheesecloth behind it, particularly at the top, so it's more like a mist, a sort of, I suppose you call it a mist or fog or something, because I think it'd be quite spooky. This actually reminds me a bit of Highgate Cemetery. I'm not too sure if that's what it's based on, but it certainly reminds me of Highgate. Put that up there. Now I'm just going to put the oops. Okay. else was I going to put there? Oh, something else I've got to add to there. Oh, I know. What I'm thinking of doing is putting at a jolting angle the top hat. Has anyone seen the James Bond film where they come out of the ground? Put it like that. Okay. And just one bit I forgot back here. I wanted to do the wording, all aboard if you dare, at the top. And just put a rather large oversized bat. So you've got to have big bats, haven't you? Oops, just about here. Right, just to add to the spooky element. Right, what's next? Right, now this one, I think it says here, ghostly whisper in the night. So I think again I'm going to put a little bit of cheesecloth. Reminds me a bit of Miss Havisham's wedding dress. Yeah, Great Expectations. I love books. I do use a Kindle. Well, it's not, it's the Kindle app on my iPad. Because we pay for Amazon Prime. And I think if I didn't use that, I would have, well, the trouble is, I suppose really I should go to a library, but I've been through all the books in our local library, so I'm a bit stuck, or two local libraries actually. So I'm a bit stuck with them now. I do go in occasionally to see if they've got anything new, but I don't know whether people are reading books like they used to. I must admit, I do like to read a book. There's something lovely about opening a brand new book. But I can quite understand that I'm not too sure if people still do or not. Oh, I do hate these little mini sticky pads. I suppose what I should have done really, what might have been more sensible, would have used some corrugated card, which I quite often do use, and then you can chop it down to size and glue it on. It's much better than trying to take these backs off. But I thought today, no, I'll be clever. And I think it needs another bat up the top, don't you? It looks a bit bare. Right. Next one, the pink ghost. Oh, she's really spooky. Let's get some more cheesecloth. I've probably got it half of it stuck to my fingers. Anyways, let's go for that piece. big, so I think it needs... Now, shall I put her on there, or shall I put... No, I'm going to put her over there. Now again, oops. This cheesecloth is sticking to me. I think it's because of the sticky pads. Now, because I'm sticking onto, I think I will order, just add a little bit of Fabri-Tac. I'm also going to come back and put on some of these other wordings. I'll just try to see what there is. Frightening, your seeing adventure. Trying to see if there's any. Ah, what's this? Ghostly whispers in the night. I think that would be quite good up there. This is where the Nouveau small gun comes in really handy. Yeah, ghostly whispers in the dark. I'll probably put some more of these on. I have to go back and see. I think I'll put Next Stop the Unknown. This one. Next Stop the Unknown here. What else says there? Sorry, I've got slightly slightly distracted. Okay, next one. Now, what can I put here? I think we could put the Ghost Tours bus at this side. Gate, because when I cover it up you won't see the other one anyway. And somewhere, yes, here he is, there is another conductor. So I'm going to, oops, put a little bit of mist again behind him. Word of warning. stuff down. When you're working, do not hold it in your hand as I do, as accidents can and do happen. So okay, this one, all aboard if you dare. Okay, next, oh, I think this is the final one. Now, I can't remember what I was going to put here. That's for the back. Oh, I think I'm going to put her. Just putting foam pads on, nothing of interest. You can have it spooky, as I've gone down that route, or you can do, you know, you could always just have as it is. You know, some of the fun him on there, because we haven't had one of those yet. Okay, what can I put here? Yeah, haunting since 1865. Okay, now we start again. This time, do the opposite side. Right. The only one I haven't done is here yet. This is the inside. I thought I might put a scary doll. I must admit, she's not quite as scary as she could be. Actually, I did print off the one that she did have a head. Not I think my ink cartridge is running out on this rose, but actually I think it looks quite good. And let's have a bat. Oops, got two bats there. Okay, and what's this one? Haunted Sites Await, because this is on the inside of the front cover. So I think that would be quite good out there. Okay. Right, and that's the inside. Okay, so there's this one to do. I think I might put that one on there. So this is what I like about Kerry's hands. It's ghostly tours, but it's got the most prettiest teacup and pink, which I think is lovely. Right, now what can I do here? What's this say? Spectral supplies is on every street. I think I've used that one. Right. This one. Gonna have the haunted house on this one. So let's just put that on so I know what I'm doing. Oops. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get some more of these out. Right. This one is Moonlight. Okay, so this one, will that fit on there? I think I might just trim that off a bit. Oops, put it on the right way. Yeah, I think so. I have to get some more sticky pads out of the cupboard, I think. Is that straight? Yeah. Oh, what a mess. What a mess. My husband will be coming in here with the Hoover tomorrow moaning. Okay, that's that one. I just think I might put one of the birds. Just behind up there like that. I'm sure somewhere I saw about a haunted house. Yes, I dreamt it, but I don't think I did. chosen Gaul friends, welcome. Here. Now this one, I think I'm going to put, oh, would that look, no, that would look better there, wouldn't it? I think as there's so many of them, one, it's looking the same way. I really want to look the other direction. That's it. I knew I'd flip them when I let's just put just put a little bit of this on. Ah, I found the haunted house. Right. I knew some in here somewhere. Right, this one over here, this side, I'm going to put this because I like this. Is that finished? I'm not particularly methodical the way I do these paths. I just put them on where I think it needs the support. I printed off some tags and I've put eyelets through them and I backed them with a plainer paper. And then we're back to the final page. So as I've got some more of these, I think I might just add some down here, flowers, because I feel it looks a bit bare on that expanse. And somewhere, that's what I wanted, haunted house. So I'll put that at the bottom. Right, let's check that, not too bad. Now, what I've done with the tags, as I said, I've put an eyelet through them, I've backed them with a written script which mirror images that. Now, what I'm going to do, I am going to add some charms to them, which I've ordered today. But unfortunately, and I'll probably add some black lace on them somewhere. Unfortunately, I've only ordered them today, and Nicole's really good, but she's not that quick. So hopefully they'll come next week. That's just, and the others in the pockets, I just printed off loads of bus tickets because I think they look quite good. Okay, so let's now start from the beginning again, shall we? Right. Now, the front page is the poster. All aboard if you don't. Now, I haven't gone mad with the decorations. I could have added a lot more if I wanted to, but it's entirely up to you. If you know, if you want to go back and add more, you can. There's only one there. It's very heavy. The ghost tours. Then it turns over, and you've got your tags in there. And then this is the back, so you've got an option of looking at it whichever way you want, really. I think I might just put a few more roses down here as I've got them. And you can keep on adding things, which is probably what I'll end up doing. And back to the start again. Now, this, really, the whole point of this is to be able to stand up like that so that you can actually see it on a mantelpiece or a windowsill or anything like that, just as more of a frieze, or I suppose you could, if you wanted to, you could hang it up. So it just gives you an idea. That's my idea anyway. And what I'm going to do to keep it all together when it's closed, I've got one of these, what do you call them? Buckles. My mind is going on these buckles. And what I intend to do is put some lace round and then thread it through it and have charms on that as well. But I just really wanted, I only thought about the charms at the last minute, and I really didn't want to hang on to complete this project. After Nicola's gone to all this bother of getting us all organised and with dates and everything and what to do. So I hope you've enjoyed my offering for the ghost tours, and I'd like to thank you very, very much for watching. Good grief, it's almost an hour. Thank you for giving me an hour of your time. Take care then. Bye.